Hello kind people of YouTube and welcome back to another video. There's a bunch of interesting stuff happening in the crypto world today, so let's take a look at some stories that I picked out for you guys. First up, something about Ripple and XRP. Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings says Ripple and R3 are utilizing XRP in different ways to reshape how value is transferred around the world. A new financial report from SBI outlines Ripple's focus on tackling international remittance bottlenecks for banks and financial institutions. Meanwhile, according to the report, R3's new Corda settler aims to expand beyond the world of traditional finance by giving a wide variety of companies the ability to use smart contract blockchain technology to move money. Both companies are adopting XRP as a means to move money across borders. R3 recently announced its Corda settler, which uses blockchain technology to settle transactions between crypto and traditional assets. This is almost the same sentence as earlier that threw me for a loop for a moment. The protocol is using XRP as its first crypto payment rail. Meanwhile, SBI CEO Yoshitaka Kitao just gave a speech on the potential impact that Ripple and R3 can have on international payments and on the future of the global payment standard SWIFT. And here we have two tweets that provide some quotes. Merge R3 and Ripple and make sure XRP is practically used. And Swift have run out of options. Swift have given up on what they can do internally. We have to have a global standard. If you use Corda settler with XRP embedded in it, so that's good for Ripple. For Corda R3, it's win-win, and we, SBI, are the largest shareholders of both. I just thought this was interesting because it's always nice to have these statements from the CEO of a big bank like SBI, and from SBI themselves, to see how committed they are to the use of XRP in its various implementations. I mean, R3 and Ripple's XRapid or RippleNet, if you zoom out a bit further, are completely separate applications of the XRP token to do some overlapping things, but also some different things. And as such, it's interesting to see them here supporting both so openly and so strongly, of course also supporting both financially in some very meaningful ways. We have seen Swift integrate with R3's technologies now, so that very much supports his position here that Swift has pretty much given up on what they can do themselves, are now using these third-party solutions, integrating them, or at least trialing that integration. And I think we're gonna see a lot more importance of XRP for these use cases in the future. Next up, Fidelity might actually soon be launching its cryptocurrency platform. American financial services giant Fidelity said that its cryptocurrency trading and custody platform is in the final testing and process refinement period in a blog post on January 31st. Per the announcement, the firm is currently providing services to a small select group of clients while it continues to build the platform's infrastructure. They state, "Our initial clients are an important part of our final testing and process refinement periods, which will eventually enable us to provide these services to a broader set of eligible institutions." Fidelity announced the development of a crypto platform with the launch of a new company, Fidelity Digital Asset Services, in October 2018. Fidelity then stated that the new company will offer custody and trade execution services for digital assets, targeting institutional investors like hedge funds, family offices, and market intermediaries, and will not be open to retail investors. In today's announcement, Fidelity notes that its development team has been working with auditors in order to ensure regulatory compliance and adapt existing operational processes to the new cryptocurrency-oriented platform. Custody services are commonplace in the traditional finance sector and offer investors a place to store assets like money, securities, and commodities like gold and diamonds so that they are not lost or stolen. Custody services differ from banks in that they are not allowed to use these stored assets for their own gain. Major firms like JP Morgan, BNY Mellon, and Northern Trust offer custody services. Earlier this week, unnamed sources told Bloomberg that the crypto custodial service could launch by March 2019. And that time frame, March, seems very realistic. If they are in the final testing stages, that usually means the final project will be ready within 2 to 6 weeks. That falls perfectly within the realms of the early parts of March. Now, you might wonder, why do we care about Fidelity? We care because this is one of the biggest companies in traditional finance, one of the most well-known, well-respected, well-connected companies in traditional finance, in big money, with connections to pretty much every huge firm in the world, with connections to every billionaire and every big name investor. And Fidelity offering their trading and custody platform, that will mean so many more people will be willing to put their money into crypto, will start investing in crypto. A lot of investors have been waiting for stuff like this. A lot of investors who are willing to invest millions, if not even tens or hundreds of millions, into the crypto space are waiting for services like Fidelity's to go live. So once this is available, and it could be very soon, we should see a massive influx of money coming into the crypto world from traditional money, from big money, from Wall Street, from billionaire investors, and from huge corporations and banks. Because this is where they feel safe, where they feel secure, where they feel that they're compliant and that they can safely put their money with relatively low risk and with high chances of massive returns. Talking about stuff that rich people are waiting for, a Bitcoin exchange traded fund is another one of those. And CBOE, of course, withdrew their SEC application during the government shutdown because it would have probably been automatically rejected, and now they have reapplied. The Chicago Board Options Exchanges, along with investment firm Van Eck and financial service company SolidX, has reapplied with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission for a rule change to list a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund. Van Eck Digital Asset Strategy Director Gabor Gobax announced the public filing on January 31st. ETFs are securities that track a basket of assets proportionally represented in the fund's shares. They are seen by some as a potential step towards forward for the mass adoption of cryptocurrencies as a regulated and passive investment instrument. Let me just scoot in here quickly, and seen by some, if you don't think this will be a step forward for mass adoption, you are simply wrong. Like, this is very, very clear. The availability of an ETF means more respectability, means a lot more investors and investment firms have a product that they can add to their portfolio here. There is no other way to think about this. You might think that it might negatively impact crypto in other ways, and there are arguments to be made there. But just as far as mass adoption and potential adoption of crypto goes, the availability of an ETF will undeniably and objectively be a positive thing for that. CBOE had initially withdrawn its request for a rule change to list a Bitcoin ETF on January 23rd, as CBOE spokesperson told Cointelegraph that the decision to withdraw its request was the result of the US government shutdown at the end of the review period on February 27th as the end of it approached. Some legal experts noted at the time that the SEC was operating on a limited basis due to the shutdown, which was a result of a political impasse over a proposed wall on the US-Mexico border. And here they just go into all the delays that already happened. Now, they completely had to reapply, which means all deadlines that were previously established are gone. Previously, there was a deadline on, I believe, the 27th of February. So by the end of this month, they would have had to decide on it. But it was too risky with the ongoing government shutdown to let that period lapse. Because if the SEC does not have time to properly look at it, and they cannot do that during a shutdown, they are not allowed to work, then they would probably reject it on the basis of not having had a chance to look into it. They're not going to automatically approve it. So pretty much the only thing they could do was pulling out and then reapplying. Now, this unfortunately means that this could very well take a full year again. Let's hope that they will work on it relatively quickly, knowing how long this has already taken. But you can thank the US government shutdown for this. This is entirely due to this completely unnecessary shutdown. And I try not to get political here, but this shutdown is such a mess, such a completely useless mess for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, I'm gonna stop being political now. Next up, a big step for Binance. This is pretty much what they needed to really be true competition for Coinbase in a meaningful way. They now accept crypto payments, credit card payments for crypto. You can finally buy crypto on Binance with fiat. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by adjusted trading volume, has just made it easier for users to buy cryptocurrencies. The exchange announced Thursday that it has partnered with Israel-based payments processing firm Simplex to enable purchases with Visa and MasterCard credit cards. At launch, the exchange is supporting credit card purchases for Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and XRP. These can then be traded against up to 151 other tokens offered by the exchange. The crypto industry is still in its early stages and most of the world's money is still in fiat, said Binance's CEO. Building fiat gateways is what we need now to grow the ecosystem, increase adoption, and introduce crypto to more users. Isn't this exactly what I've been saying? I've been saying this about Bitcoin ATMs as well as about exchanges. You need to make it easy for people to buy crypto. For a lot of us who have been in the crypto world for a while, buying crypto is easy because we understand how this system works. We understand how all of this works. But if you're just getting into it, then first of all, you have to find a place where you can even buy crypto with fiat in the first place. That is often still hard. Then you often need to figure out how wallets work, how to keep your coins safe, and all that jazz. Being able to just log into Binance and buy crypto with a credit card is a massive step forwards and makes this so much more approachable for a lot of people. Currently, if you're in the United States, Coinbase is typically the go-to for buying crypto with fiat and is where a lot of people make their first crypto purchase. Now, Coinbase has a lot of issues and a lot of people do not like Coinbase, and I absolutely understand why. I have had my fair share of criticisms of Coinbase as well, and I've talked about them at length on this channel. But it simply was the easiest platform to buy crypto on if you're just getting into it, if you want to buy your first crypto. And as such, they had a unique position in the market. Now, they do not have that unique position anymore. Binance is right there next to them. And in my opinion, Binance is a much superior platform, one I trust a lot more and one that I'm a lot more willing to use personally. So I hope that Binance will be able to gain more market share as a result of this. There will be a 3.5% fee, which of course is relatively high, but with credit cards that is just what you're going to pay. And some countries as well as US states are currently excluded. Last but not least, we have a massive European stock exchange launching a mobile crypto trading and wallet app where you can also buy crypto directly. This is pretty much they're doing everything in one here. This is spectacular. And this app is already out. The operator of Germany's second largest stock exchange, Börse Stuttgart Group, has launched a mobile app for cryptocurrency trading. After a year in development, the firm announced Thursday the Bison app is now available on iOS 9 Plus and Android 4.4 Plus, meaning of course iOS 9 or newer and Android 4.4 or newer. If you have a smartphone, you will almost certainly have a newer version than this. I think Android 4.4 is from like 2016, something like that. The app launches with zero trading fees and also provides a built-in wallet for storing tokens. This sounds spectacular. Users can currently only trade between 6 AM and midnight, though that is expected to expand later. The app will derive its profits from the spread between the buying and selling prices offered. For the Bison product, the group is partnering with its financial services subsidiary EUWAX AG, which will actually conduct the trades. Another subsidiary, Blocknox GmbH, is handling custody of the cryptocurrencies according to the announcement. Germany's Solaris Bank AG is acting as external banking partner for payments processing and custody of customers' cash deposits, which are protected under the country's statutory deposit guarantee, the firm said. Meanwhile, Sova Labs, a subsidiary of Börse Stuttgart Digital Ventures, developed the app. Sova CEO Uli Spankowski said that additional features will be added to Bison over the next year, including extending trading to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and adding support for more cryptocurrencies. Bison is also planning to expand to other European countries later this year. Börse Stuttgart Group has previously said it plans to launch an initial coin offering platform, which is currently under development. The platform would allow token issuers to conduct token sales with standardized and transparent processes, it said in August 2018, as well as a multilateral trading venue for cryptocurrencies and custody solutions. This is absolutely huge. Now, of course, Börse Stuttgart is very well respected, like it says here, the second largest stock exchange in Germany. This is an incredibly important company behind this. And they are launching this app with a variety of platforms and Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP already available to trade and buy. And you can buy them directly with euros, so there are fiat pairings here. Just looking at this app, you can tell it has a completely professional look that already puts it above and beyond a lot of other apps in the space. And it of course has the integrated wallet and the legal guarantees that your money is safe. I probably sound like I'm gushing here. I'm not in any way associated with them. I'm not paid by them, nothing. I just think this is exactly the kind of stuff that we need in the crypto space. So I'm so happy that this is being released, that this is not taking a ridiculously long amount of time, that this is just available now. Now, of course, only being able to trade for 18 hours a day is a bit annoying, but they're obviously looking to change that. And honestly, I'm not gonna do a lot of trading between midnight and 6 AM anyways. But in general, I'm incredibly supportive of this platform. This is very, very, very good. This is exactly what we need to make crypto mainstream ready. It has the association with a massive stock market. It has the professionality. It has the security, the legal security that your money will be safe. It has the ease of use. It has the fiat pairings. This is pretty much all the stuff that we need. And I'm very excited for this, when this will be rolled out to more European countries. Hopefully soon everybody in the European Union will be able to use this app to at least trade these few cryptocurrencies that are available there right now. I'm sure they will add more in the future, but honestly they hit the most important ones by most metrics. So this is just very, very good. We need more of this. We need more of this because this app sounds like it's just about perfect. And with that, I'm going to end my video. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I haven't been able to keep up daily videos, but between me being very busy, between there not being that much crazy news coming out every day in the crypto world right now, and quite frankly, between the channel just not doing as well in this extended bear market. You might have noticed my videos are getting maybe 20%, 30% of the views they used to get, and that is primarily due to just the bear market. At some point, I also have to ask myself how much time every day I can put into this channel during these market conditions. But I'm gonna promise you right now, I will continue keeping the channel running. I might just lower the intensity of how often I upload. You might have to get used to at most one video a day, maybe one every other day instead of 1 or 2 videos a day. But I will try to get all the important news to you either way and to discuss them with you guys. As always, if you want to read these articles yourselves, the links are in the description. If you enjoy my channel and would like to support me, there are ways to do that monetarily in the description, and anything is much appreciated. Or if you don't want to or can't send me any money, I would much appreciate if you could just leave a like and leave a comment. It really helps the channel, especially in this extended bear market. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon.